Oh, that was a fast jump out of there, kids. Welcome, everybody. Mark Miller here. Rory's not with us right now. He might be joining us in a bit. We'll check to see if that happens or not. Got some music playing there in the background, some D&D music. I'm just going to drop the volume of that down to a little bit lower volume. Let's get in here and see what we can do. Last night we did a show, the Dragon Humber show, and we encountered a bug that was unusual, and I'd seen evidence of the bug prior in the days leading up to it, but didn't really kind of figure it all out that it was a big deal until last night. And it seems to be related to this right here. I'm getting multiple messages in from down below, and I'm concerned about that. I should only be getting one of these right here. Like, we just changed the volume for the music. Everything seems to be coming in fives. Right? If I come in and I change the music set to normal, and then back down, there you can see it. So we're getting this, so volume for music player, take a look at that. Where is that coming from? What do I want to do here? I think I want to choose, I think I just want to do a search for everything. Go to volume for music player. Just going to find that. Nothing here. Get that right? Let's look at the text of this. Volume for music player is.
Hello.
And he's in, and I've got that ringing on like 7 different machines at once, it seems.
I like to make a big entrance. Lots of bells ringing.
You made a big entrance. Well, welcome. I got an unusual bug, and I'm a little bit worried about the bug.
Okay.
And I saw it last night. I'm going after it now.
Okay.
Because the state it's reproducing. I'm not sure if it's reproducing every single time. I was wondering. I'll show you what it is. Over here.
I see you're using the new search and replace in Studio there. I don't trust that, by the way. I've had that not find stuff, and I still haven't managed to find out why.
I'm actually not finding things right now, and I'm trying to figure that out. But volume for music player is what I'm looking for. Volume for music. I think it was like that in terms of the case. It feels like it's exactly there. Find all, and not there.
Right. You can. I don't trust the new interface. I have had it fail on me, and I can't tell you why, because at other times it works perfectly. You can just about still revert to the old one if you want to.
All right. Let's go over to overlays, though, and see if we can find it here, because maybe it's coming in from down there. Yeah, nothing down here either. So, which doesn't make sense. I'm trying to figure out where the message is. Here's the bug, though. I explained it before you came in. The bug is that when I'm getting one message, when I should be only getting one, I'm actually getting 5.
Okay, yep.
Right? Look at this. Switching music to travel. See what's happening? All of that. So we don't trust the find all. What's the let's do the revert and do the search.
If you go to the central box at the top, that Control Q, where it says search, right at the top of the screen in the main toolbar.
Oh, here.
If you click in there, type the word preview, I think it is. And one of the options is to sort of look at preview features. And one of those is to revert to old style find.
Hold on. It didn't quite work here. Preview.
I think preview. There you go. Environment preview features. If you pick that, very first item.
Okay.
It jumps you into options. If you scroll down this list of options, there you go. Use previous find in files, one up from where you are. Tick that, hit OK, and it will decide to let you use the old version. and try searching using that instead.
Okay, I'm hitting all kinds of keys. Now it was like non-responsive for a moment. There we go. Volume from music player. It could be also that this is a composited string.
That's true.
Right? So let's
In
just
fact,
try
the
for
number
volume
at the
4.
end, well, yeah.
Looks like no. Nothing coming in volume 4 there. Let's come back over here. Is it going to use the new one or the old one? I can't tell. Let's look for volume 4. Ooh, we got this. There it is. So it was here. Let's go back into, what did you say again I do? I type in
Preview features, but you got your recent one is there anyway.
That's the most recent one in this instance of Visual Studio? I couldn't tell.
Before you clicked, sorry, when you clicked, but before you typed, it presented you with the last thing you picked from the list, which is quite nice.
Oh, I see. That's what
you need to
you mean.
search.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's come in here and look for just the word volume player, volume 4, I mean. There you go. So it looks like the new one is finding it. Okay.
So it's only failing for me.
Okay, so here we go. Report volume. Tell DM. Okay. Tell DM comes in and does connection.invoke. Okay. That's what tell DM does. Report volume comes in only once, right? Tell DM is called only once instead of that. At first I thought there was a problem with maybe I was calling it more than once. That's not the case. So tell DM comes in and calls connection.invoke. And somehow I go from this to 5 messages being received on the other side.
Is it always 5?
I don't know if that's true. It's about a handful. So far it's only 5.
Fairly consistent, yeah.
But hold on though. I copied things from last night. No, it's not always 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 last night.
Okay.
Hold on. What's more here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 there. 1, 2, 3.
Looks like
4, 5, 6, 7. 7 here. And then
is this anything to do with number of active players? Is it being repeated per player or something like that?
That's what I was thinking at first because it felt like it was about that number, but that doesn't make sense because connection in.
I only say that because you've got 5 players right now.
Right. No, I get that.
You're getting it 5 times, so.
But it doesn't make sense because there's no code down here that says for everything that's happening. For die rolls, I was thinking, well, maybe the die rolls were somehow related to players, but I'm not feeling that anymore.
So, can you reproduce in the browser? Does that even make sense in this context?
The browser doesn't have or wait. Yes, I think I can reproduce in the browser using only the browser. So let's say we bypass, we shut off the stream. So right now, in fact, I've got the dice layer turned off on the stream. Just for, kicks, I'll also turn off the Dragon Front overlay and the Dragon Back overlay. So all the D&D stuff is off now in this stream. Okay? I have the die roller set up. And now we can just start rolling the dice. Or we should be able, can we do the sound? We can't do sound. Sound, I think, is in the back layer. Let's roll the dice, actually, and we should be able to kind of see all of this happening here. I'll come over here, I'll clear this. And we'll take a look over here. We'll clear the console as well. I got a bunch of these coming out. Maybe I'm going to tone down some of these. I've got a bunch of these right here, the console logs. Let's go find that. Let's go to the die roller. That's where I want to be. And just fixing some of these issues here as I see them. And then down here, what are the messages I want to shut down? They're called num dice still in play. Num dice still in play. Here it is. Here's the console log. This one is sending over a lot. Like that. Animation should be done is true. That one we don't need anymore. I'm just going to keep them in place because every once in a while I come in and I want to check this. Looking for console log. Definitely stopped rolling. I'll keep that. Dice just stopped rolling. Keep that. There's multiplayer dice. I'll get rid of that. Down player roll. I think I'm getting rid of this. This seems to all work in here. There's the summary. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Die roll stop. Keep that one. Yeah, I thought it was a problem in my Q roll to do. Go ahead. I'll keep that in there. Damage string. I'll take that one out. So this should clean up a lot of those messages that we're seeing in there. Pair dice DTO roll. Pair legacy roll. We'll get rid of those two.
See, the way I'm looking at this error or this bug is that there's only two possibilities. Either we're over-publishing or we're over-subscribing. I can't really see that there's much in between those.
And I think that's it. All right. So let's refresh it. Refresh over here. Dice just stopped rolling. Wow, we're getting a lot of those at the beginning. That feels wrong. Let me go look at that code again. Dice just stopped rolling. Oh, we're just calling it again and again and again.
I think it's because there are no dice currently, and we've never.
Yeah, I don't need that.
It presupposes there were, but there aren't now.
Yeah, I'm okay with this code being called again and again. That's not a big deal for me. All right, so let's refresh that again. Refresh over here. All right, good. And let's I don't know, enter combat, I suppose. So we got a few more things are coming down here, are coming out here. Background loading. Okay, here we go. On dice stopped, roll stopped. Okay, so these pieces here are connected to the signal R message coming back. Over here, we're in a debug state because I'm hooking this event on dice stop rolling. So it comes in now. I'm just going to hit run, and it comes in immediately again, and immediately again, and it's being sent. Do I have a console log where it's being sent? Let's go look at that to make sure. Here's my console log there. Here on die roll stopped. Die roll stopped is here, and here's where we send dice have stopped rolling. This is where we call connection invoke. Okay. So so I'm assuming I only call this once, and we'll just to verify that, we're just going to say console log. We're going to say connection invoke, dice have stopped rolling, like that. Okay.
So are we collecting the fact that each and every one of the, up to five people plus any advantage dice have individually stopped rolling, and that once they've all stopped rolling, then this gets called once?
Yeah, so let's just prove that. Let's verify that. I'm going to refresh this over here. I'm going to run this through all the breakpoints. And let's start up some Code Rush music while we're doing this. And when it's more time, we'll clear. And what do I need to do? I need to refresh here. And then we can now roll back. One more time, we'll enter combat. We'll do that. There it is. Okay. All right, so we just saw something flash on there. Where's my connection invoke piece? I'm not seeing that. The code I just wrote. Did I fail to refresh this? Maybe. Let's try one more time. It could have been close to the save. And let's run this through again. Console log, this is in connection. So yeah, this console log should totally come in here. That's what the message I'm trying to see, right there. I could also give it like a very, error like that, so it gives it some highlighting there. Let's do that. Refresh, exit combat, and now enter combat. All right. I want to see that console log coming in here. It's right here. I still don't see the console log message.
There it is.
Oh, you're right. It's
About
right
5
there.
from the bottom.
It's so funny. I was like, look, don't look at the red one. Because. All right, cool. So there we are. We're cool. We get to only one of those, right?
Yeah.
And we're up here. We got one received. I'm going to run it. We get another one, but we don't have any others we're sending. See it? So,
Okay.
so you agree with me? I think at this point now we're getting 5. Somewhere along the lines of Signal R.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's figure out why. You think it's a subscription thing?
Was one of two things. Like I say, either you are accidentally sending the message more than once, or you are subscribing to the possibility of the message being sent and receiving the same one more than once, and then just happening to output it to the same place.
I'm open to a third possibility.
Okay.
And that there's somewhere in the mix of things, there's something intercepting the one message and amplifying it, and then sending it on.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm open to that one. How do we just subscribe to this? Let's take a look at this, because I don't remember this at all. Oh, wait a second. This is recent code. We get to a point where the hub can get disconnected.
Ah.
If it happens, I reconnect it.
And resubscribe?
I bet that's what's happening here. Hold on. Let's go look at this disconnected. No, it's not using anywhere else. Where's the on connection closed? I think this might be part of the problem. So let's stop the D&D. Let's try this for a second though. Let's stop it and restart it. And see how many times we get here, if there's a correlation between the multiplications and the number of times we hit this breakpoint, right? In other words, if it works correctly the first time, then that's great news, because we're narrowing in on the problem. Yeah, it feels like there's a cleanup I need to do here. This is code that we originally wrote. I think Brendan Enric guided us on this, and he was helping us out the first time.
Well, we needed some guidance, let's be honest.
I still did, man. All right, so we are up here now. We've now this is now cool. We've got the new. These two should be connected. Let's see if that's the case. I'm going to say go into combat. It works. So we're connected. And let's get to our. Do I have the breakpoint still over here? I do. Okay, so there's our message right there behind me.
Oh, yeah.
And here's our one. Run it. Nope. We get a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, a seventh, an eighth, a ninth, a 10th, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I got 15. 15, and we can verify that by coming in here, going to the edge. What do I got here? I'm getting initiative sent in multiple times here. Dice have stopped rolling. Oh, I think multiple things were coming in. That's why it got so high. But now look at it. Wait, look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also, the music just stopped for a moment. You hear that?
There's a little bit of a...
That has only started happening last night. And last night, one of the things that happened, and this may be totally unrelated, but it could be a sound card physical device issue. It could be totally unrelated, but I'm noticing both things. The music stopped for a moment, and then we lost all sound, as if like the sound card was gone. We were able to get half of the sound back, but OBS was like, nope. So it was a little bit bizarre. I just bring this up to see what's going on here. I did the same thing last night when we lost sound. I came and brought this up. Everything was cool across here. I did not check over here though. See what's going on. So everything seems manageable. Okay.
So we're still getting 7 messages.
We're
which,
getting
you
2
know,
more than we did last time after a
Yeah.
restart. I almost want to be like, should we restart again?
It's almost like you disconnect everything, and then when it reconnects, something is caching, if you like, the message, the post box through everything, which everything goes. So now you resubscribe again. It's already heard of you, so
Yeah,
I'd almost expect to get another 2 if you were to restart everything again.
let's do it. That's kind of what I believe is going on.
Although, having said that, it's strange to add 2 each time and still have an odd number. So maybe there's some weirdness to that.
Well, the adding 2 each time does make sense because we noticed it was 5, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah,
so
5,
that would
and now
make
this was
sense
7.
If the first time it started, it was 1, then it went to 3, and then 5. I don't know. We'll see. What do
Maybe.
we get over here in the data? I thought we had an 8 over here, though. 1, 2, 3,
You
4,
said that
5,
was
6,
last
7.
night.
That's 7. Yeah, last night. But let's. Was one of these with 8? It's possible I may not have copied the whole thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8
That's 8.
there. So yeah, no, I agree with the odd number idea. But anyway, let's run it. See what we get.
Okay, place your bets. Anybody on 9?
But that code down below is new. It was code I added to recover when we got disconnected, and that's kind of what I built in there. And that may be part of the problem. All right, so we're here. Over here, we're reconnected. It looks like. Let's clear that console. Let's enter combat. Okay, so dice stopped rolling. We get it once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 times.
23, up from 15.
Yeah, that's 23. But that could be
multiple events.
Well,
that
no,
it's
those were
responding
all.
to.
Those were. I said multiple events, but those are all dice stop rolling. That's all that was.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's an excessive amount of stopping of dice rolling.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. I'm almost thinking.
So how many messages have you got in the?
I'm almost thinking that if we don't ever connect, then we have to create a new instance of it. What'd you say? How many messages?
Well, yeah, we had that was a counting going through the events, but on screen we had 7 last time, 5 before that. Did we acquire 9 or something else?
So we got
More data is all.
Things are coming in different orders. Dice on screen is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's
Okay.
another one, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. These might be coming internally. Hold on now. All dice destroyed. Let's look at count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I got 22, which kind of matches my count, which was about 21. Yeah.
We're destroying the dice 22 times. We want to make absolutely certain these dice are destroyed.
Yeah.
Overkill production is not quite supposed to work this way.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. This is overkill message sending here. Yeah.
And it's not even like just one extra either, is it? This is a bunch of extra. So, and it's a different number almost each time we go through the sequence. So it's as if something's being persisted outside of the systems that we're running.
Yeah.
That they will latch back into.
I think this is maybe also the suspect here. Notice what's going on here. I basically said once we were, because I didn't like this is, I think, I believe this is the problem.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think this is the problem. But I may need to restart to fix everything once I remove this line of code, because I feel like there's Oh no, wait. You know what? I can kill the other pieces. I bet this is the problem. Because I added this line of code recently that basically said, hey, look, if the connection is valid, but the state is disconnected, let's set it to null, which means we can then reconnect down here by doing this. But what I really need to do is something else, is what I need to do here. Let's do this. So we'll just do this and get out of there like that. Let's kill the app. Let's kill the other pieces as well. So I'm going to take, oh, hold on, what do we got here? Unhandled exception occurred while requesting bad HTTP request exception. Reading the requested body timed out to data arriving too slowly. This is during a breakpoint. This bug can happen during a breakpoint. This can mess with signal R. Okay, what else do we got here? Yeah, data arriving too slowly, both of them. Okay, no big deal there. I'm gonna kill this. Whoa. Okay, yeah, because I stopped it. All right, cool. So I've killed that. I'm gonna kill this guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
Just save the data, so we're good there. Shutting it down right there. That one's dead. Mr. Announcer Bot's left the building, and I'm going to restart those. I also need to come in here and refresh. Let's restart those apps first. I have a feeling restarting those apps, adding this line of code, this could totally fix it. Wouldn't that be sweet? All right, here we go. Okay, Mr. Announcer Bot's up. The overlay manager is starting up.
Sorry, Fracpo. Many things not working just at the moment.
Give us a sec here.
Starting everything up first.
And now I can refresh over here. Oh, whoops, Frackfurt was getting in. I just took him out of there. I clicked away. Hold on, we'll get Frackfurt. Whoa. Hey, Rory. Throw me a life raft. Hey, just say it.
Sorry. Nothing on this post is wrong.
I have my eyes lined up right. Oh, he's going in the water. That's not good. Fred, you okay? Fred can't say whether he's okay or not because I need to get things started and running here. Hold on. We're just getting everything running. 1, 2. This one comes in number 3 here. I need to refresh the overlays. 1, 2, 3. I just turned them on here. There's the Code Rush overlay also as well. Shuts off the music for a moment, but we'll start it right back up again. You escaped today? You did not escape. Hold your breath. Yeah, no, Frankfurt came in. And look at this. We're immediately in a disconnected state. I'm not going to do anything, though. I'm just going to run right past it. Run again, 2, 3. 3 times. Potentially, that could explain for 3 of them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Could be. Oh, we're totally disconnected. How do we connect? 2. But I'm not creating a new one. I wonder if connection happens later. Interesting. That could totally account for them on startup there, right? The disconnected state. It's because we're really looking for waiting for it to be connected.
That's right. It's not a failure for something to have happened. It just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about this change so far. Okay, let's we'll focus over here on history. This is all looking okay to me. Don't worry about those. Those look unrelated. Let's enter combat. Here we go. Entering combat. Yeah, I got a good feeling about this. 1, hitting a 5. Look at that. All right. So my fundamental misunderstanding. Let me turn off that sound right there. That we're going in because we're in combat. My fundamental misunderstanding led to that bug. That's what we're going to call that. But Rory, with your expert guidance, we found it. The bug is here.
Bug is here. So just
yeah.
because something thinks it's disconnected doesn't mean that you should fix it.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you know that it should have been connected prior to that point.
Yeah. And so I am gonna not worry about that. We're gonna clean that up somehow. Next time we get a breakpoint in there, I'll get rid of this, and we're not gonna worry about it for now. I'm gonna read up and learn more about it, and then we can, you know, do something correct there if we need to. All right, next, let's go back into. Let me exit combat here. I want to go into the. Oh, exit combat starts at music too. Stop that there. I want to go into a spell called True Strike. I like True Strike. Miles has got it. I like it. Right there. I like True Strike because it only lasts one round. It's the shortest concentration spell out there. I don't like it strategically. Strategically, it makes almost no sense at all. You basically skip a turn by taking an action to gain advantage on the next turn, which is essentially like adding a +5 to your roll. And as a spellcaster, it makes no sense. As a spellcaster / fighter, let's say you've got a killer weapon that does a lot of damage, but you need it to hit.
Yep.
You know, well, or actually, I guess that could also work for an attack roll as well. So any attack roll, I suppose it could work for that. I was thinking just regular weapons, but an attack roll could be a spell as well. Anyway, True Strike lasts, if we're in combat, lasts for 1 round, and if we're not in combat, lasts for 6 seconds. So if we cast it, it's a great thing to test for concentration because it should go right away. There it is. All right. Now, there's a problem that I want to fix with that animation. We don't actually see the fan. Listen, everybody seeing that would be like, okay, it's fine, it's beautiful, we're good, right?
Yep.
Let me do it again, and I'll show you what to look for. The sand doesn't drop from the bottom.
Okay.
It doesn't. It gets to the end, but we don't see the final animation. And that's what I want to change. I want to change it so it gets to the end. So that's what I want to fix that. It's because, you know, we've got that animation. Let's go ahead and make that work. I think it's over in all player stats. Is that what we call it? Player stat manager? That's where it is. Where is my destroy hourglass? Destroy active spell. This is where we go do it. Okay? What I want to do instead, and before we got here, I think, yeah, I'd commented out this code. The problem was, we were saying, hey, if the concentration completes 100, let's do some stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we said basically, let's set the frame index equal to all of this, play to the end, expire. I don't want to do all of this, any of this. I just want to be like, well, wait, you know what? Let's do this instead. We're going to get it right up to the edge, is what we're going to do.
Okay.
Looks like max send frame. We've got to kick it out of here because I'm using it in 2 places. Somewhere in here, I think I have min sand frame. So we're going to do this. Max sand frame is equal to 320. Okay, that's what we're going to say. Did I not have hints on those? That these could be trivially inferred? I don't think I had hints on those. Interesting. I'll keep them in. That's weird, but I will take it. All right, so we've got max sand frame. Let's go find, let's copy this. I want this. Now I want to go search for max sand frame and give it that at the beginning and that there. Okay, so this to do here, figure out how to get the final grains of sand to drop and then destroy. I'm not going to worry about that here. I'm just going to do this. I'm only setting the frame index to the last segment. Like that. But then up in, what was it, Destroy Spell or something like that? Where was it? Destroy Active Spell. Here's where I want to start kind of doing some stuff here. So here I've got the Hourglass. I want to set its frame index now equal to max sand frame. So it's right up near the edge. Okay?
Yep.
Let's do one other thing. I want to go into this and start up PowerPoint. Bring up our little spec for this. I want to get this last number here, 347. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
$347. I want to add a one word here, segment. So it's very clear what's going on here. Sand segment frame. Yeah. Total sand frames. Oh my God, I just realized I was dreaming about UI for this. One of the things that that might need to happen during the game is I might need to say, hey, I'm going to dispel this spell, whatever it is, like True Strike or whatever it is. I want to dispel this one. I could have like up to 8 active at once, right? That don't require concentration. They're all active. We got to choose from 8 spells. And so I was like totally thinking, well, how do we do this? And I'm realizing, oh, I think we can get the whole thing to work between the buttons on the Stream Deck and the UI generated here. And it's just, I'm imagining this scroll that kind of unfolds right above the player with listing the spells. And then on the Stream Deck, we give the Dungeon Master buttons that are like up and down buttons. Like
okay.
Here, let me show you what I mean.
So next and previous for selection purposes.
Yeah, something like this, boom and boom, right? And then another one here to like an X to select, which would even allow multi-select, and then an OK or a cancel, right? So we put all the UI here on the live stream, right? No need to do it remote to there because everybody can see it. It's not secret. And we do it in a cool way where the scrolls unravel, and this kind of thing could be reused in other places when we needed that as well.
It really could, yeah.
So anyway, that's what I was dreaming about. I was specking that out of my mind, and then I forgot about it till just now. Total sound frames is now what I've got. Why do I need that? Because where is here it is, right here. I need to figure out how much time we need to play this. Is what I need, okay? So, in fact, this MP3 is playing too soon. Everything's happening too soon here. I want to play this whole thing out. So I'm setting the this is the
incoming.
Time. You know what to say? Just put it instead. Fine. Whatever. Pudding showed up on last night's show, by the way. Pudding was there. So was Wicked Blue Ninja was there as well. Both of them. And I'm thinking, and it's really fun to play the fanfares there. So I think I'm just going to move the fanfares over and make them play there, automatically. How are we going? Yeah, it's going. Well, we just fixed a big bug that hit us last night. You remember when the multiple dice rolled? I'm not sure if you saw that or not, Pudding, but we had a point where the saving throw spell for one of the damage attacks was rolling like 5 times in a row. We had this kind of multiple repeated thing happening. We're like, what's going on? And it was because messages were coming back. Too many. Same thing with Wild Magic. Wild Magic was rolling again and again and again.
Over-reporting the results of the dice.
Yeah, exactly. We figured out the bug. We fixed it. We feel good about that, figuring it out. We learned something. So we're doing pretty well right now. Ruben 258.
Welcome, Ruben 258. Yes, indeed. Welcome.
Welcome, my friend. How you doing? Good to see you again. glad you are here. Glad you're with us, man. We're writing some code. We're trying to make this right now. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get here. I think I can show it to you right now. Go into spells, bring up True Strike. It's going to work. Cast it. There it is. 6 seconds long. But at the end, look at the hourglass. The sand should run all the way out, but this is not. It blows up before the sand runs all the way out. I want to see the final stage of that animation. So that's the code we're writing right now to fix that. And I think we can do it. What I need to do is I'm setting the frame index here. I now need to, I need a constant of type number that's going to be frames to end. That's going to be equal to all player stats dot total sand frames minus this max end sand frame. And then we're going to say we need another constant. Time to end is equal to, we're going to say frames to end times this dot concentration hourglass sand, that animation, frame interval. So the frame interval is in milliseconds. That's the milliseconds between each frame. When we set that, we use constants like FPS 30 or something like that. But that's just the number of milliseconds needed to give you that right there. In fact, I should come up here and just say something like each of these FPS constants is the number of milliseconds for that frame rate, like that. So we're just going to go, and I'm just using these variables instead of, I know it's FPS 30, which would be easier to read, right? But what happens in the future if I were to change that to another frame rate? Well, this code is going to be less brittle. So that's all I'm doing there. So it's time to end, that's in milliseconds right there. I might add an MS right there. Time to end in milliseconds is that. Then I'm going to set hourglass play to end on expire true. Then I'm going to say hourglass dot first, Fred missed a couple attacks and disappointed the barbarian fire community. Fred got, at one point, I think 2 or 3 attacks in a row, and he nailed them. He got a 20 on one of those rolls with, I think, a 12 or something. And everything went silent, and we were sad. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. We went silent. We were like, you know, should I restart or not? We were close to the end. We just decided it was kind of split between the players who were there. But we were like, someone was arguing, well, hey, we lose momentum. Let's get out. I was like, all right, fine. So we got out. We're coming back on Sunday. We're going to be less buggy, likely to be less buggy.
Fair enough.
So I'm feeling good about that. All right, hourglass dot, what do I want to say? Fade out after. Delay milliseconds. We know the time now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's it. And what's the fade out time? I'm going to say 500. Okay?
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do. Let's take this fade out time, move it up here. All right, and then we're going to do this. Okay, let's take this safe play MP3. Let's move it down here. Do we have an option to specify when? Nope. I got something else though. I think play MP3 in, and we're going to specify milliseconds.
Milliseconds first.
Yeah. So we're just going to do that. Okay, so now we're going to play that in that much time.
Yep.
Okay, good. Everybody happy?
Oh, yeah.
Next, we're going to come down in here. Instead of calling fade out now, I want to call fade out in. Do I have a fade out in? I want to create a new one called fade out in. And I think I want to do the same thing. Just do this. Like that. Fade out in. And this one's going to be, we're calling directly on the sprite itself, I think. Yeah, there's the indexer right there. So this one we already have a fade out in. We should have it. We just need that right there, I think. Is that going to work? Time to end MS. No, what's wrong? Don't I have a fade out in? Fade out after, sorry. Fade out after. And I guess I should call all these fade out after instead of fade out in. Okay. And we need to Oh, is my problem that my time to end all needs to move up outside of this? And I think that's going to solve some of these. All right, good. Now we're down to this. Fade out after. Let's go find fade out in and put it nearby. Or sorry, fade out. Was it just fade out? No, not there. I'm looking for that feature request I asked for yesterday would be helpful again right now today. I'm like a little bit like I'm about to be like devs. Oh look, there's more up here. All right, let's hit the control key, say only in this file. There it is, fade out time, fade out now. That's what I was looking for. Right there. Okay. So we'll take that, we'll duplicate that, fade out after. So I'm gonna call it. We're gonna pass in delay milliseconds. That. Oh, whoa! I've got a delay. This is the. This should be my fade out time. That's what I want to call that. Let's change the same thing up here, so we don't get confused by that. Okay. And fade out after. Good. Comma. Fade out time. And why not give it the MS at the end, just like that parameter is? Why not be specific? Okay, fade out after. That might be enough to fix it.
Looking good, yeah.
Let's try it out. So we'll refresh the front overlay. Refresh here. And we will cast True Strike again. Look carefully when the smoke clears. It's about to... I did not see that work. What did I miss? Oh, I think I know what I missed. Hold on. Fade that now, fade that after. There we go. Fade that out. No, wait, no, wait, no, wait. Yeah, let's just double check the code here, down here below. If fade out time is greater than whatever 0, set it, okay, good. Expiration is performance now plus delay milliseconds there, plus fade out time milliseconds. Good.
Seems okay.
That's all good. It feels like our calculation is incorrect. Is what it feels like. Just to verify, I'm going to shut down the front overlay again, refresh it one more time, refresh from over here. I want to make sure it's not a TypeScript generation issue, because the code does kind of look good to me. Once again, we will True Strike, cast it. Nope.
No.
The other thing
Did
though,
come back.
Hold on. It actually might be working. Where are we creating the explosion? Because here it is. Right here.
926, yeah.
There it is. This is my problem. My explosion. Because did you notice the sound occurred after this explosion started? So the problem is this is hiding everything. So I want to come in here and I want to type in QSP for constant type sprite proxy. The SP is something we added here on the show, which is something you can do in Coders. You can bind a shortcut like SP to a class and then use it with the other templates. We're going to call this the explosion, and we're going to set it equal to the results of this. After the add, we're going to come in and we're going to say, did it start after? I thought, as I'm recalling, start after start time? Delay start? I think it's delay start. Whoops. Delay start. This dot time start. Okay, cool. We can do that. That's totally what we want. We're gonna call delay start. It's a method, and we're gonna pass in the time to end, the time to end milliseconds. That's our fix, I think. Okay, let's try that. Refresh.
Let's see what happens.
Refresh here and cast True Strike. Here it comes. Also, it looks like we're not seeing the opening animation of the. Hold on. It's not ending. It's not ending because it's pulling a segment from it. Hold on. Delay start's got a problem. This expression is not callable. Oh, it's a setter. Okay, so that's what I want to do instead. I must have had an error. That's it. I got an error here, and none of the rest of this code executed. That's what was happening there. All right, let's try refreshing it again, and let's see if yeah, that error would have maybe made it not finish all the way to the end. Let's see if that is what it was. I'll refresh here. True strike. Yeah, see, we're not seeing the opening animation either of the spin. So we got to figure that out. Why aren't we seeing that? And unfortunately, I wasn't looking carefully. Let's try again. The opening we got to fix, too. It's weird that the opening is working. Nope, I'm still not seeing it. Let's take this. Let's just throw ×2 in here. And see if we, we'll just keep messing with it and see what happens here until it becomes obvious what the problem is. Again. Nope.
It's not. No.
Let's do plus 2,000. Fine, like that. Let's refresh it. Yeah, I don't think it's counting through. I think the problem is, so I'll give you my theory on it. Yeah, that opening's not great. I think my theory is it still thinks it's segmented. Yeah. So we're giving it enough time, it's just not getting past the segmented piece. I think that may be impacting why the front's not running either. I think.
Okay.
Let's see if we can figure that out. Where do we add this in here? Add shifted. Wait a second though. What happens when Miles brings up his dagger? Hold on, is that staff? Is it coming up or not? I can't see if it's... I think the animation for lifting... Yeah, the lifting animation's playing here. Huh. In the end, do we see the play? When it comes down, the swipe? We do.
Yep.
That is working. Although that has one segment in it. In the middle. That's got one looping piece. Whereas the others... The ones we're doing does not have that in there. What'd you say? Oh, you're speaking Spanish to me. I was like, who's DA and what's his mill? And you're speaking to some degree. Well, to some degree, I was going to say, slang Spanish. Almost. You can ask for money in Costa Rica by the color. So this is like rojo, red. That's what's going on there. All right. I think we might be in a little bit of trouble here. In other words, the solution is might take a little longer. I think we got some problems in advanced frame in here. Let's go find advanced frame. I think we might have trouble in right around this space here. If segment size.
Yeah.
Help us. There he goes. Coding Gorilla comes in from above.
Coding Gorilla.
Gets down behind Fred. Fred, I hope you're okay in that whole thing, right? You're good? Fred says, hey, I'm right here, man. I'm good. Okay. Well, I do have this check here. I was thinking maybe I'm missing this. If segment size is greater, I'm sorry, not that check, this check. If frame index is greater than or zero or equal to the start offset, then we're going to go in and work in the segments. Okay?
Yeah.
But I kind of also,
It's got to be less than the end as well,
yeah,
right?
that I have to add here. Now, if we don't have those, then we just call sprite.advanced frame. We've got a return frame index in there. Let's go into the sprite.advanced frame. Let's go with return frame index. It's defaulting to 0, but it's going to be a bigger number. If not reverse, that means we're going forward. Frame index is greater than frame count. What's frame count? So what's frame count here calculated as? It's the total frame count. It's just the base animation frame count. All right, so that's good. Yeah, this is code I want to be incredibly careful with. Frame index is equal to return frame index. What seems to be odd about this is the frame index seems to be jumping to my return frame index. This line of code seems to be being called, but the only way it can be called is if we're not going in reverse, and is this. Here, although we if n bounds, wait, hold on. If n bounds is not 0, what's n bounds? Hold on, this may be our problem. No, I think it's undefined coming in there, right? Start index n bounds is undefined. Let's go back and make sure we're checking that correctly here. I'm passing it undefined. That means n bounds is going to be 0. So we're good. This code will not work. This code is where we should be headed because we're not playing in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Oh, good question.
Dang. Check.
A little bit, yeah.
How's that? Is that better? Check me. Sorry about that.
That's good.
You know what? I appreciate that, Coding Gorilla, so much. I appreciate that so much. Always transitioning from one of the other shows. Definitely, it looks like that might be better. I'm going to take that definitely as a good sign. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's so tricky to get the levels right. I'm actually getting I figured out a way so I could listen to everything, including my voice, before it gets out. And I've ordered equipment to do that, and I just don't have it yet. So hopefully this will become, this will all be going away in the future. And I think it'll be weird hearing myself right here while I talk, but hopefully it'll be, no lag and it'll all be good. That's my intention.
Fair enough.
So I believe I'm in here, and if frame index is greater than or equal to frame count is the only time this frame index is changing, right? We're never going to go down here because we're not going in reverse. I almost feel like I should swap these two, so I don't have if not reverse. I just have if reverse. I'm going to do it. I'm going to cut that. Be very careful. Watch what I do. Swap them down here, and then change that. Do you agree with all of that?
Yes.
This is what I mean by being careful down here. I want to not make any changes here that's going to break anything, because this engine is like...
Well, this is used everywhere, isn't it? Let's
used
be honest.
everywhere, and it's gold. And so we want to do that. So this code, all the code we've reviewed so far looks correct. Advanced frame, it looks right. Segment size is the start offset is the return frame index. Return frame index, we are setting. You just tap the index reference. There probably are not a lot of these here. Until we get to player stat manager. Here it is right here. So we're setting that here. That's in sprites. And there it is. We've kind of gone all the way around through, fully through every single reference to return frame index. So there's my start offset. So what we're seeing, in other words, the thing not flipping, we shouldn't be seeing. I've made no changes to the code, and it's still happening. Here, just to show you again, I'm looking at that first problem here. Let's go into miles, go into spells, true strike, cast the spell. Notice the outer animation is playing, but the inner one is not, which leads me to conclude also this ending piece. We got to solve that too. I'm going to do this. Let's fix the ending piece and see if we can fix it here. Okay, let's do that. So we need to calculate what the end offset is. Also, I'm going to do this. Cut this. I'm going to bring in and say QB. And we're going to say inside segments. Set it equal to that. So then we have code that's a little easier to read here. Right? You agree with that change, Rory? I'm going to ask you on every change I make in here. Okay. So we're just...
Always good to be sure, isn't it?
Yeah, just a simple refactoring right here. This is where paired programming is really super useful, right? Especially in something where you may not have a lot of test cases. Let me close down everything. So, all right. I want to also now come in and say, and what? Pretty sure I just typed in and here. Oh, really? Oh, I know why, because it's not an if statement right here. I need to update those templates to do that. Okay, and frame index is less than end offset. Are you with me? So far? Now I don't have an end offset, so you're quiet. Are you still with me, Rory?
Sorry, my friend, I had to hit the mute button. But yes, after the start and before the end, this is exactly right.
Now, the end offset, we've got to figure that out. Now, the thing is, I was thinking we could just calculate it. But we really can't. We can't calculate. We need a new property. That's what we need. Mm-hmm. So let's create that property right now. And I want to actually do one other check. I want to find play to end on expire. Is it in here? Play to end on expire. Oh, we're right here. And we change segment end to index to equal the total frame count. It actually should be this minus 1, I think. Depending on how it's used. The segment, let's see, is it used as a limit? Segment end index, which I guess becomes end bounds. If it's greater than or equal to that, yeah. Well, greater than or equal to, then we would be okay with the frame count because we've exceeded, so that's okay. Segment end index is there. So let's look at this a second, because maybe I don't need this code here. Let's hold on for just a second. Segment end index is that. That means we should be able to advance the frame. And it should keep playing all the way through.
So what's going to cause it to leave the last segment and engage the final sort of outro?
Ooh, these start bounds, start index and end bounds are used to keep it in a loop.
Right. So it defines the current loop.
Yeah.
Start and end.
Yeah. So it's like if we were to come in here and say like new slide here, and give me 1 second. I want to start up. And we were to say This is my segment, whatever this is. That's my segment right there. Over here, I think we have start index pointing over on the left, like this. And on the right, we have end bounds, which should maybe really be called end index. Okay, we have that. Let's point to give me 2 arrows down here, pointing at that. We have those two, and somewhere in here, in the middle, you know, or wherever it could be, we have what is it? Frame index. Oh, hold on.
Which is your current pointer, effectively.
Yeah, it's on this. It's it's this dot frame index.
So advanced frame is used to move the frame on, but is given sufficient information to know whether it's allowed in this case to move outside of a predefined segment marked by the start index and the end bound.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
No, it doesn't have information that says whether it's allowed or not. It's simply the bounds are what give that to it. We check before we pass in.
So there are limitations.
Yeah.
If they are left out, if they're left undefined, then it just keeps going.
Yes. Yeah. So basically what happens is we go in this range here. What I'm confused about, though, I need to check this, is the difference between start index and return frame index. Return frame index is what happens when we reverse. If we go around the loop, that's what we return to. What is start index then? It is only used if end bounds is set to a value. Interesting. Okay. These two are different. Hold on.
So we've been treating them the same and maybe shouldn't have been?
That might be the problem. Hold on a second. If I have 2 segments and then I have my intro right here, like for example, let's copy this, bring this over here. I don't know, let's make these a little smaller. Hold on, let's do this. Yeah, I find this is useful to visualize like this.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I could probably throw my brain at it and figure it out without this, I'm a little bit...
It allows you to dedicate your brain to the larger problem without worrying about maintaining the detail in your head at the same time, because it's right there in front of you.
Yeah. So let's do this, and let's do one more thing. Though I want to take, let's ungroup this a second. I want to get just these and change the shape outlined weight. Drop it down to about half of that. All right, group that. Drag it over here. Just trying to get enough room here for everything in there. Ungroup that. Delete all of those just because I want to get 2 of these together like this. All right, that's what the image I'm trying to get right here. So we can kind of see where everything is. PowerPoint needs a dark mode. Okay. I'm going to give that to you right now as a feature. Boom. There you go. Okay. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, well, I don't know. I've got all this text like this. This is what I'm going to do. Then I've got this intro in here as well. And this intro is some amount of space in here. And I've got an outro up above too. Or an outro at the end, rather. Oh, an exit maybe? Exit animation, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that, whoops, not what I wanted to do. I'm pretty sure right here is return frame index. I'm pretty sure that's return frame index right there.
Okay.
That's what I believe.
So if you're going to play this animation, right, you'd play the intro first, then you'd play segment 1 for as long as that was repeating, then you'd make an instruction to play segment 2, and then finally you'd play the exit. And for each one of those, you would need to pass slightly different parameters, because in the first case you don't need any repetition, and therefore there's no start index and no end bounds, because it's just going to play straight through. For segment 1, you would supply a start index and an end bounds relative to the start and end of that segment. Likewise for segment 2.
Yeah.
And then again in the exit, you would not supply a start index or an end bounds, so that it would play the exit the whole way through and then stop.
Yes. That is essentially what we're looking at.
So that being the case, because all of those make sense to me, what is return frame index?
Okay, so
what is its general purpose?
Return frame index is used when there's no segment at all. So, so in the case of the weapons don't have any segments. Okay, let's cut that. Let's kill this. And I'm pretty sure they don't, at least. The weapons, I think, look like this. But you know what? They have to have a certain length here for it to loop around. So maybe I'm wrong. Let's go find a weapon loading piece and go look at that.
Isn't it the case that the weapon, it doesn't have a looping segment, but it has a kind of a segment that it goes back and forth on?
No, it's a looping. It's looping.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It does. Dragon game, dragon front game. Let's go find a weapon. I think I can just search for weapon in here. Load weapons. Load weapon. It does have a segment, but it's got one segment.
Okay.
That's how the weapons work. The weapons got one segment. The return frame index is that 13, right? So when it's only got one segment, it comes right back to that. So we might have some logic errors in that code, or something that we can improve. Let's go back.
I was going to say, yeah, it feels very much like you could use a start index and an end bounds in place of that return frame.
Yes. If reverse, we use it, and if we're going forward. If end bounds is not 0, we do this special code, though, which uses start index instead of return frame index. Yeah, these, I think, were all here. I think these are for the flowers. Because I think when we first wrote this, the flowers never had segmented code, as I recall. They don't. They just have an intro and a return frame index. So what happens is they have no segments, the flowers. So they grow, they get past certain frame count, they get to the end, and it loops right back to that beginning piece.
So it's almost an intro with a segment.
Yeah, so there's never an end bounds for those. So this code right here handles the flowers. This right here is if there's some intermittent end bounds along the way. I feel like we're passing in a non-zero end bounds is what I feel like we're doing. Let's go back over here again. Segment end index. Yeah, so here we're checking to see this line of code may be failing right here to get us. In other words, if this line of code was failing, this would fail and that would stop it from running all the way to the end. That's what I'm kind of looking at right there. So let's look at each piece of this. It's got to have an expiration date. The fade out time has got to be set. Its fade out time should be set to 500. Or it could be 0, but it can't be undefined. Expiration date is less than now. Is it going to expire? I'm wondering about this piece of code right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm feeling like the expiration date has got to be sooner than now plus the fade out time. In other words, it's got to start fading out. But it hasn't started fading out yet. We could fix this. I want to see when I set play to unexpire. I set it on creation of the sprite. Yeah, it looks like I'm setting it at the beginning. I'm thinking about adding a new Boolean that gets me in here. Basically, look, I'm going to be, let's take all of that. I'm cutting that to the clipboard. I'm going to create a new constant that's a Boolean called fading out now. And that's equal to what I just had on the clipboard. So fade out time is not undefined, and expiration date is less than now plus the fade out time. Okay? So I'm just going to put that back in there. So we're now saying play to end on expire, and sprite has an expiration date, and we're fading out now or something else. Or, and I think I want to say sprite dot play to end now. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
All right. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to go break come in here. We're going to, guess I could initialize it to false. Fine. Play to end now. Whoops. Let's rename this. Play to end now. There it is right there. All right. Let's do that. Then over in the, here, we're going to say Hourglass dot play to end now is equal to true. Which I could turn into a property, and in the setter, set this to true as well if it weren't already set, which I think I'm going to do. I know it's minor. Right, I'm adding several lines of code to save a line of code here, but it's, I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to copy this, come down here, and I'm going to type in PB for a Boolean property. Property type Boolean, say play to end now. And then in my setter, I'm going to come down and say, hey, if play to end now, then I'm going to say this dot play to end on expire is equal to true. I'm going to also initialize this to false. Everybody with me on that? Are you with me on that,
Yep.
Rory?
I am.
Okay, you agree with all those lines of code?
I think so, yeah.
Let's do this. Okay, so now all I need to do in here is say play to end now is true. There. And that's the only one I need to play to the end. We still got the initial problem, but I think that that has a shot of fixing the end piece. Hope it does, because I'm ready to move on to a new problem to solve. Okay.
Let's see what happens.
There's the refresh. There's the data refresh. Going to miles, cast true strike. Here it comes. Beginning is still messed up. Now we've got, I think, a 2 second. There it is, all the way.
Yep.
Now we just got to come back and take away the extra time we added. Okay, good. Okay. I feel good about that.
That's pretty positive. That's a decent improvement.
Let's see if this calculation's right. Now, I just fixed that calculation, those little tweaks we were doing to just give us some view of what's going on. So we're going to go in here one more time. Refresh here, and cast true strike. Here it comes. Let's watch the end. I want to see that smoothly run out, and it burns. Good.
That's pretty good. I like there's no gap, but it does fully finish and then straight into the exit.
Right. Now, why the heck is this sand starting up late?
That worked.
It worked. You're right. I'm totally into it. Here's my starting frame index of 0. I'm adding that in there. I'm just throwing a hue shift on the sand. That's it. I think we got to go back. The problem seems like it's back over here. Is what it looks like in advanced frame down in here or nearby it, wherever we were calling this thing with. So if inside segments doesn't feel like we should be getting here. Segment size is greater than 0. Frame index is greater than or equal to start offset. What's start offset? Return frame index. Am I setting return frame index correctly? Let's double check that. Maybe I'm not setting that. Wouldn't that be great if I could just fix it all? It was my problem. I don't think that's my problem. I have to go look at where the sprites are created. Yeah, now I'm setting it. Min send segment. Yeah, it's 35. Okay, that's not the problem. Let's look somewhere else. Yeah, and it's not here. It's got to be over. It's got to be over. Let's see. Advanced frames. I could start throwing out console logs. Why don't I do that? Let's just send out one console log, which is what inside segments is. Let's just send that out. Let's go open this up in a window. I already got a bunch of stuff coming out of here. Let's inside segments, but this all text effects.link. I want to find that. I was trying to copy it. Let's come back over here. Find that and kill that console log. There it is. Okay. Kill that. Refresh here. There we go. Inside segments is false. Good. Do the same thing again. We're going to initialize. Cast true strike. What do we see? Oh man, I saw a bunch of stuff coming up here. I need to only show this data if it's the hourglass coming in.
Yeah.
That's what I need to do. All right, so let's look at that one. Let's go back to where we were. So something like this. If this dot name equals hourglass, then we're going to do that. I want to clean up the other messages too. I need to set the name here. Like that. What are the other messages we were seeing? Got a latest command, change player stats. What is this? Oh, is this going to tell me where this is coming from? Oh, sweet. Okay, so change player stats. Let's go find that. What? Not found? Oh, because I've got looking only in the file. All right, there's that one. That one's good. Change player stats. There's a second change player stats out here. That's one. I want to get rid of that. I don't think I need this anymore. Anything else?
That's certainly going to be a good reduction at least.
I don't think so. I think that's it. All right, so let's refresh. Refresh. And true strike, here it comes. Sorry, my messages are already, I'm in the wrong place looking at them. All right, what do we get? Inside segments false, false. We got 2 inside segments of false. Then we got inside segments of true. All these background loading pieces are coming in.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of messing with me. Also, I've got OK to die, return true. If we look only at the inside segment, so it's entirely just true. Let's do this. Let's go find background loading. I just want to clean this up a little bit. Background loading. Got some issues here. Let's come in here. Let's create a show background loading. Image loading. Messages. Maybe that's going to be log. And we'll set that equal to false right now. Come down here, and then we'll say, hey, if that. Am I here? Part background loader, is that where I am? Yeah, that's where I am. Okay, cool. So now that's only going to come out there in that scenario. I got this other one, this OK to die. Return true. Where's that? Wait, I bet I could find something called OK to die. I'm going to kill that. Maybe the only one of those. All right, let's refresh. Refresh the data. I'm going to move this over here, I think. I'm not sure. I'll put that over there. So the data is refreshed. Let's bring up True Strike. All right, what do we got here? We only have 2 inside segments false.
Yeah.
Then we get to a true. And they're all just true at that point forward, and then I guess it dies and we don't see any more of these. Let's do it one more time.
So that short quantity of inside segments is false represents, in theory, the time in which it's going to be prior to the segments, the piece that we're looking for.
Yeah, it does.
It's just that it's going past so quick.
Got 5 now. Doesn't make sense to me now. Inside segments, I had 2 up here. And
are we accidentally specifying a range of frames that is
5 here?
Just sufficient to show, you know, that doesn't show up for any measurable length of time that we can see, because we're just sort of under-specifying the length.
No, it doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. If that's, hold on a second. So inside segment is here. So we're kind of close to the problem. We kind of are seeing that this is not holding for as long as it should be hold. This thing should hold for 28 frames, which is 1 second at the frame rate, right? We should see this whole thing right here, all of this come in right there. That whole flip should happen. Why not?
Is there any chance that we're loading on demand and we just haven't got those frames?
I'm going to do something else. Loading on demand, we haven't got those frames.
We sort of show things, but because the frames haven't loaded yet.
No, because I tried it a second time.
Okay.
That's unlikely as well. Hold on, let me come in here. Let's do a, we're going to send another console log out here. Oh, wait, let's do this. I want to do it as one message, so if anything changes, we see it, and it's not a whole bunch of alternating ones that flood in. So we're going to do an interpolated string here. We say frame index, and then we're going to pop that in there. And then we're going to say inside segments. Dot. And we're going to pop that one in. Okay, that's what we're going to do. All right, so there's our new piece of data that we're trying to get. Anything else I want to clean up here? Clean up all active turn highlighting. Let's go find up that. Clean up all active turn highlighting, right? Whoops, shoot, I got the wrong one here. One more time. Clean up all active turn highlighting. There it is right there. Okay, done. Refresh. I'm going to interact with it so we get rid of that other message option. I just had to click on it. Let's bring up True Strike. I did not see it. Let's look at it here. Frame index 0, 1. Yeah, what's going on here?
0, 1, 3, and then that's it. We're jumping to 44.
We're close to the problem.
Yeah.
No, I agree with your sigh. I agree with your sigh, Rory. We'd rather be writing new code, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Let's go in there. Let's go back in there. How is the frame index changing so radically? Whoops, not what I want to do. All right. Let's look for assignments to the frame index. Okay, nothing there. It's happening outside of this. Wait, let's check to see if we got any frame index assignments over in Player Stat Manager. Just in case. I bet we might have one. It could be a real easy problem to solve. Look at this. Update Hourglass. Percent complete is 100. We might be hitting this line of code at the beginning. Maybe. What else? No, we return, but otherwise then we're here. We come down in here. This is our problem, Rory.
We've got some of that hidden behind the chat there, Mark. Can't quite make it out.
Oh, let me get rid of that chat window right there. Hold on. I don't see the chat on my... way back, code rushed. That's what I want. Okay, got it. See it. All right, I just got rid of the chat. All right. Oh, I thought I did. Hold on. No, I got rid of the wrong one. I not the chat back. I got the chat rid of the chat. I got rid of. There's the panel.
Okay.
There we
go.
Okay. Good. Sorry about that. All right. This, I'm pretty confident, is the problem. Okay. I'm going to say if my percent complete is 0, I'm going to just get out of here. I think this is going to fix it.
Okay.
We're done. I think. Or I might do this. I could also do this. Maybe this is better. Hold on. If my frame index is less than all player stats dot min sand segment frame, then return. I haven't reached it yet. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to try doing. Let's try that. In fact, let's try that on the main live stream so we can just see it against a nice black background if it works. So come in here, refresh the front overlay, refresh, and now come in True Strike cast spell. There it is. And it dispels. We can't see it dispel because
it was there.
Somebody's dancing. You think it's it? Dropped all the way out? Let's try it again. Here we go. Let's watch it. There's the spin.
You see it spin in. That's fantastic.
Yeah, this is, and then it's out in 6 seconds.
How it was meant to be.
That's what I'm talking about. Now we're done with the animation. Now we can say, ship it. Ship that animation. All right, that's what I wanted.
Excellent stuff.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? It's like just the smallest detail. We come in here. Let's cast darkness.
But it looks smooth.
I'm gonna.
It's.
Here's darkness. Casting darkness right there. We saw the animation come in. That thing's going. After like a couple seconds, we should switch back to player automatically from this scene that's playing. So that's just in the code there. Let's see. Give it another second or two. I think when the sound ends. There it is. So we switched back to the player scene. So we got rid of that other effect. This lasts 10 minutes. So at about 11:45 on this time clock right here, that's the D&D game time, we should see that thing stop and end its piece. Meanwhile, what's the next thing I want to do? Oh, hey, look, I want to become famous. Oh, wow, I wish I could become famous. No, I just got to find the link. If somebody could, where's my link? I just need a link to follow. Oh, man, they're gone. Oh, man, Rory. I always, you and my wife are like so similar. I'm like, I always get in these messages that I'm going to, I've got millions of dollars in Nigeria for the prince wants to give me. And she deletes the messages before I can send them my passport photo.
It's just so hard to get them to put money in your account when you don't have time to send them your
That's what
account
I'm
details.
talking about. All right. What do I need to do next? Oh, I know. When a player takes damage, Pudding wants to be famous as well. You are famous, Pudding. Everybody knows you, man. All right, hold on. Let's go in. D&D spell rules, maybe? Let's do this. Break concentration. Here we go. Taking damage. Whenever you take damage while you're concentrating on a spell, you must make a constitution saving throw to maintain your concentration. The DC, the number you have to roll against, is equal to 10 or half the damage you take, whichever number is higher. Okay, so we're going to have some number you have to roll against. If you take damage from multiple sources, such as an arrow and a dragon's breath, you make a separate saving throw for each source of damage. So we need to queue up some saving throws. That's what I want to work on right about now, I think. Oh, by the way, just news for everybody. I'm not going to do a show tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, Cody really says, you're famous. Pudding says, I once found the love of my life through an email. She said she was retiring from the military and had millions to share with me. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Pudding. That's what I'm talking about. But every time I'm like, saying to my honey, I say, honey, I got to leave you because there's a woman who's got millions of dollars who wants to share with me. She's retiring from the military and has got a lot of money. My wife is like, no.
So what is with all these people protecting you from these people? That just doesn't seem fair, does it?
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so we also have to handle breaking concentration with, hold on a second.
I love the statement. You lose concentration on a spell if you are incapacitated or if you die. Really? You don't say.
Yeah, if you lose, then you lose concentration. I'm wondering if I want to create a simple piece first to actually break concentration manually. And I think the answer is I do. Let's do that first. It's simpler than this other thing in terms of queuing up the rolls, but it's also needed. For example, if Miles is casting darkness, he might want to say, oh, I'm going to break concentration. I want to end the spell now.
Right, so the certainty of doing it rather than the rolling against something and then causing it if the roll's successful.
Right. What did I say, 52? No, I didn't say 52. 45, I think is what I said. Is that
45,
right?
I think you said, yeah.
All right, so 7 more minutes.
Somewhere within that range.
All right, so let's get the D&D app up right over here. I'm going to shut it down. Actually, we'll close it for a second. We need to add a new Stream Deck command, which are where? Oh, it's up here. This is the one I want to open up. Stream Deck command. Darkness is such a trolly spell, Pudding says. It's a little bit like that, yeah. It's kind of cool. I actually like it. I like the description of it. It's basically like if there's light in that area, the light can't escape if it's within that region, right? It's super cool concept. It's like the opposite of light, which I like. I need to get a command, actually. Let's look at the commands over here. When I cast a spell, this is just roll dice. This command you're seeing down here, SS means select shortcut. W means for the player with that shortcut who's got that initial, right? So in Miles' case, it's a W because he's in the same place as Willie, who started there. And then this is the spell we're casting right here. So this name piece is the piece that we want to look at here. I'm just trying to look at an example of an existing piece that's out here. We make fat jokes about someone having too much gravity. Darkness is such a trolly spell. Take some free bits. Icy Beard says, take some free bits. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do with those bits, Rory?
I don't know. What are bits?
I don't know. I think it's money in some.
Free stuff's good, I guess.
I think I got some money, man. Thank you.
Thank you anyway.
Thanks, Icy Beard.
That's fantastic.
You're like the best, man. I want to give you some bits too. I don't know how to do that though. I don't know if I can actually give bits away. Could I give bits on behalf of Jeff Bezos to our folks watching? Can we do that? All right, so there's apply command. I just want to see what other things are in here. Well, I guess I could go to select shortcut I'm looking for this I'm looking for a little bit of this in here, a little bit of this regex code in here. This is going to be break concentration command. That's what that's going to be. I don't need the shortcut name. I just need the player initial. And we're going to change this up here to break. Ooh, I got a break concentration already? Oh, I've got a break concentration command I've already added? Hold on. Maybe I've added it already and didn't know I had it. Holy cow, I've got it.
Past Mark is awesome, isn't he?
Past Mark is pretty good. All right, let's do this. Icy Beard's now following. I'm going to make so much money with Icy Beard following. Yeah, Pudding's like, what are bits? Oh my God. You can give bits if there's streaming, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. We are going to ignore this guy. I almost want to write a note here that says, just chill, Mark. You know, chill. This is okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was, what am I doing here? Oh, I want to do a break concentration. So that means that I can copy this, like paste it down here. We're going to call this break concentration.
For those paying attention, darkness should expire sometime in the next 90 seconds or so.
You know what, though? We killed the app.
Ah.
We killed the app. We killed the app. So it won't expire. It just occurred to me. Let's drop this down so we can see the word break concentration. All the way down. I don't like that. Let's bring it back up and let's abbreviate concentration. Break cons. Like that. Concen. There. That's good. All right, so break concentration is there. We need to just do a BC and then a W there. That should do it. What if it'll work now? Nope, nothing happened there. But we are now running. Maybe because it doesn't think we're in concentration though. Let's cast True Strike a second. Oh, I wonder if we've got a problem and we won't be able to clear this out or not. Let's see what happens when I, cast it. Do we get rid of darkness or not? That looked a little weird to me. Let's try it again. I hit a couple buttons all at once. Try again. True Strike. Okay. All right, good. Let's go to, what is it, Ice Storm? Or is it Sleet Storm? I think it might be Sleet Storm. Sleet Storm, cast spell. Yeah, Sleet Storm's got concentration on it. Now I'm going to hit break concentration now. All right, let's see if we're getting it called. I want to see if I get out here. Well, I guess, I don't know. I suppose I hit there. So let's hit break concentration again. We're in here. Yes. Get a player ID. Is player ID 0? Okay, that means we're probably going to come to here. What? I didn't quite understand that. Why didn't we get to here is my question. Success. We're trying to parse it. Player ID 0. There's the value. We don't get the parse because we don't have the group of 1. Is it group of 0?
I thought group 0 was everything.
Was the whole
including
thing.
The first part.
The player initials. I typed in B, C, space, and a W. Right? We get the match.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's just look at what this is. It's not actually telling me. Can I do an evaluation here? Can I drill into it? It says the value is an empty string.
Huh?
It says the value of group 1 matched group 1.
Not by any regex rules I'm aware of.
Player initial group 1 value. Group 1, oh, it's in parens here, not in parens here. Let's try that. I think that's going to make it the group 1. Let's try that. Come back up over here.
Yeah, Coding Gorilla says we do not have any groups in that expression. He is correct.
Still didn't work.
Oh.
Why not? I don't get that. Hold on.
Edit and continue issue?
Maybe? What do we got here? Groups. Count 2.
Which is the 0 and the 1 this time, okay.
Yeah. Groups. Wait.
The 0 says W.
Yeah,
Or is
also.
that the 0th value of the first group? I don't know.
Well, no, it looked like it only had 1 item in it. Look, it says the count is 2, but wait. Groups. Group count is groups has only got 1 entry in it. And it's the 0. That doesn't make sense to me. I think it's edit and continue. I'm going to kill it and restart. We'll see if that works. Edit and continue should have got that though. I'm up at the high level. We haven't seen this before. I don't think it's an edit and continue problem. But I definitely want to hit a breakpoint here. That's my new breakpoint right there. Because we're getting everywhere up above that. Let's just hit it now and see if we get the parse. I don't think we're up all the way yet. Here it is. Okay. Success? Nope. Still no success. Yeah, I'm going to grab this and I'm going to throw it in, add a watch to this thing. Where are my watches? There we go. Match groups of 1 says it's a W. So what's its value? Its value is a W. This should totally work right here.
So, no, because I tell you, that's what it is, Mark. We're trying to parse an int, and it is the character W. So it's failing to parse. We are now getting the W in the group 1.
Oh. You're absolutely right. Player initial. That's what I want to do. Right there. My bad. Okay.
Because I think this was previously used perhaps with a player ID rather than the initial.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. So we've got player initial. So we're going to make that a string. Okay. And we need to get player ID from that. And I think we have example code that does that right here. Yeah, I just need the player initial really, and I can just throw that at it right there. Let's do this. Let's do that. What? It's supposed to be player initial on the clipboard. No? Thought I copied it. And then down here, we're going to do this. Okay, let's try that one more time. Edits were made. You really, you don't like me killing the player ID. I'm just going to stop the whole app. I know. Some of you are probably like, oh, Mark, you could just fix it. I'm like, that was an attitude problem I had. Did you notice that, Rory? I was like,
that's fine.
I'm kind of done.
It's a fairly quick restart at this point.
Yeah, I'm done with this kind of playing. You're not going to see me playing around like that. All right, So good job, Coding Gorilla, saving my butt as usual. Coding Gorilla is like the best virtual player out there. Let's bring up True Strike, cast the spell. And why isn't it casting? Do I need to refresh anywhere? I'm going to hit break concentration. Let's get in here, at least test this. Boom. Player initials now W. Then we're going to go into break concentration. And break concentration didn't actually do what I wanted to, but that's okay because I believe that's so cool that I added it already. Clearly not tested yet. I wonder if it's empty on this side. It's not. Let's set a breakpoint there. Let's try to cast True Strike again, though. Actually, not True Strike. Okay, there we go. True Strike works. Good. It's funny, when there's stuff left over from when I kill the app, the first time we do it, it doesn't look so good. Let's bring up Sleet Storm. Cast that spell. All right, now let's cast Break Concentration. And maybe this is actually going to work, because I don't know if we had good data we were checking with here. Player ID, player.break concentration. Here we go. Looks like that its spell is active, is false, concentrated spell. This might work. It did work.
Hey.
Okay, that's one of the pieces I wanted to do first. So let's, that's good. So just one more time without breakpoints, hopefully. Let's clear all my breakpoints. And we'll do it again. Sleet Storm, haste, we'll do haste. Haste, cast spell. And now we want to break the concentration with it. Boom. And it just jumps to the end immediately. Yep. That works for me. I don't like this icon. I'm going to want to change that. I think I got a generic kind of red X somewhere in here. Throw that. I'll do that one right there. Good. Break concentration. So now I can do that for any player. I've got a break concentration piece. Maybe I'll throw it here instead. That'll be... And I try... The reason I'm wondering where am I going to put the button is I do that for the DM. So the DM can figure out, you know, what to do. The only problem is there's no undo on this. So I actually think I might want to do this. Create folder, call it break, again, concentration, like that. I'm going to give it the same icon that we saw before. And then this is like an Are You Sure? And I'm going to throw it like over here. Okay, like that. So in order to break concentration, I got to hit one here and then hit over there because there's no undo. Okay.
That's fair enough.
Then I can copy that and I can say, well, that's Miles. Go into, Fred doesn't have that, any spells yet. Go into Lady, move this, put that break concentration right there. And then the only thing I want to do is change this to an L like that and come out and do the same with Merkin. Paste it there. And this is going to be an M. And one last one with Little Cutie right there. And then what we'll do is we'll set it and we'll test all of those buttons to make sure they all work. Paste it right there. And then that's going to be an L. And I guess, yeah, I would do it with Fred, but Fred doesn't even have any spells, so it doesn't even make any sense to do that. All right, so now that I've got all this there, let's actually start casting some spells. So let's also enter combat. So we've got the clock stopped, so all this pieces are going to last. So we'll enter combat. Uh-oh, you're right. Coding Gorilla saved me again. To solve that, this becomes a C for Cutie. You're right. Little Cutie was a different character to start with. Okay, so let's start casting some spells here. We're going to Miles, and we'll cast Darkness. That is a bug right there. Casting Darkness, can I cast it? All right, one more time. Cast Darkness for Miles. All right, Miles has casted Darkness. Let's go into Lady. Lady is going to cast Hypnotic Pattern. Here it comes. There's the lady's hypnotic pattern. Merkin is going to cast Enlarge Reduce. And finally, a little cutie is going to cast Moonbeam. There it is right there. Everyone is casting spells now. Everyone's casting spells now that, hold on, let me drop the music volume down just a little bit. So everybody is casting spells that are requiring concentration. Now let's go test those buttons. We're going to break concentration in all of those folks. So I'll start, and I'll show you what, yeah, you can see right up there the buttons. You can kind of see the buttons I'm hitting. You can see what the effect of the buttons are. So I'm going to go into Miles first, go into spells, break concentration, click that, boom. Then I'm going to go into Lady, spells, break concentration, hit that button there, boom, nice. Yeah, it's looking good and feeling good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go into Merkin, break concentration, there it is right there. Good, 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 good. And then finally, we're going to go into Little Cutie, break concentration, hit the button. There it is.
Bada boom.
It works.
All good. All brought up individually with their own levels of intro graphics, everything working nicely.
Yeah.
All controlled independently. It's not just a group break concentration. It is in fact specific to exactly whom you said it should be. And they disappear with as much flair as they appeared in the first place. Very nice.
Yeah. Jetsam says, I'm hypnotized. That's what Jetsam says. I have the sudden desire to quack like a chicken. Yeah, it went a little crazy there, and didn't it? Got a little crazy there, kids. Yeah, but you know, the other cool thing about what we just experienced was there was a lot of stuff going on, right? Which is kind of cool. It's a testament. During the show, are you running the Stream Deck effects, or is the DM? Coding Gorilla, it's mostly the DM, almost always. Sometimes I'll hit the buttons, like if I'm playing Fred, I'll just hit the buttons for Fred because I know what I'm going to do. I'm hitting these buttons here. I say Fred brings up his great axe and he rolls, you know, like that. And so so the DM just watches the effects while that's happening because I know. 6 positives here. It's a patriarchy. Sex positive. Get the patriarchy, please. Get him a sex positive. We need a feminist now. Thanks, Sex Positive.
In the house.
Sex Positive, I think.
No attention to Mr. Announcer Guy.
Yeah, Sex Positive is there saying, I think I should be able to. Wait. What else is going on here? Hold on a second. Hold on. Sex Positive says, I think I should be able to run the deck.
And also, I'm charging you each time you say hide your wallet.
Yeah, Coding Gorilla is asking, is he running the code or is it proxied to you somehow? It's proxied through a chat. We're using cleverly and maybe not responsibly. We're using a chat mechanism inside of Twitch. So the Stream Deck sends a chat message out to a channel that nobody else is listening to, except for the app. And the app listens to the channel and then verifies that the person who sent the message to the channel is the DM or one of a few authorized people. And then it executes the command if it's the case. So all the Stream Deck buttons are doing, each one of these, all they're doing is just sending, what is it? Where does it say chat command here? It doesn't really, oh, there it is, Twitch, chat message, right there. And it's using this account, and that's what's going on. And so the Stream Deck controls it so that you can be anywhere in the world and run and control the game like you're a producer for the game. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. What else? I'm charging you each time you say hide your wallet. Honey.
Awesome.
$100 a pop, amigo, honey.
That's quite an expensive phrase.
Pudding says hide your wallet.
So, new phrase, hide your coin purse.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, hide your coin purse, Mark. She's coming. Here she comes. Do you sync your Stream Deck settings when you make changes? Yes, I do. Well, not really sync. I export and then give the Dungeon Master the exported files. I could share it on a Dropbox link a little bit, but that's how I do it. So I and the Dungeon Master loads in the new UI, and I run them through the new changes just before the game. Generally, they're coming incrementally. So the big UI change we had was this. This didn't exist before, and now we have the ability. I'm just hitting I'll hit the number 1, the number 4. You may have seen this before. The number 12, and then those bring up the in-game players. So when we roll, for example, we come in and we say let's enter combat. We now get these guys as part of combat as well. I just hit the enter combat button and nothing happened. Oh, because we're in combat already. Let's restart the clock and now go into combat. There we go. And then you see additional dice come out for those guys. Okay, Roy, how you doing on time? I feel like you got to go.
I've just noticed the time and I think, yeah, I got to be off.
Buddy,
However,
as usual, you're
I'll
awesome.
be back on Tuesday.
We'll see you on Tuesday. Anybody just joining us, I will not have a show tomorrow. I'll be back on Tuesday as well. So we'll see you on Tuesday. Thanks so much, Rory.
No problem, my friend.
All right.
See you then.
All right, so now... That's my dance moves. New dance moves every day. Get them for free here, kids. Glad you're here, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for that party, Jetsam. And yeah, so that's kind of what's going on there. So let's go in here. We're going to hide all. I'm just going to hit this button right here on the Stream Deck. That should get rid of all of those guys. We're doing that. Yeah. So we've got what feels like some cool, natural animations, right? The way these things come in, when I bring them in, they fade in, but there's also some smoke that kind of comes in there, just enough to get your eyes to kind of get the feeling that they're coming in. Good guys, what are you saying good guys for?
Jay Pudding said that he is the good guy.
Oh, we're the good guys here.
I'm contending there are no good guys here.
Uh-oh. I don't know. What's the Pudding says it? Yeah, Pudding says it. You're gonna charge me. Pudding says it. Thanks, honey. Thanks. Yeah, Roy left. Please don't leave. Yeah, Pudding is a good guy. I think Pudding's a good guy too. Okay, next. Taking damage. They got to roll the dice. This might get a little tricky. I've noticed that we have old technology and new technology on the die rolling, on queuing up the die rolls. Let's get rid of those two guys right there. We have mixed technology. Old technology is using for after I cast a spell, we roll my wild magic check. That's using old technology. The new technology is the die queue mechanism, which is what I want to do. I really want to queue up the die, especially when damage occurs. So I think the first thing is let's go find take damage. I've got take damage here. I'm not sure where this is called from, but I think this is a single entry point. Yeah, it's got two calls, one from change health and one from apply damage to targets. And here, if damage taken is not 0, we do this. I think I want to, let me stop the app. I want to do some architectural changes here. Let's come in here. I want to say, if we've got non-zero damage taken, something has happened. I want to trigger an event that says creature just took damage, what is that event type going to be? I think I've got a player event handler piece in here. Is that right? Player state change handler. What's that look like? I got a player. And a list of args. So I can add a list to it. Or specify simply an old value, new value, and a key. I have that. I might have that already on player. So maybe I don't mess with this here. Maybe I go into creature take damage. And I guess what I want to do is this. I want to say, hey, if points is equal to 0, then we'll get out. But if it's non-zero, then I want to trigger on, what is it, on change? On conditions change, on state. I'm in creature. I want to be, I think player, which is character right here. State changed. On state changed. It's here. We're calling it in character, but I kind of want it down in creature. I'm going to move them. I'm going to move them. I'm going to take both of these, move them to creature. Like that. Make them both protected. There it is. Take that. Move that as well. Okay. Now we can come in and we can say, hey, on state change. The key is going to be hit points. The old value is going to be, I don't know, I guess I'm going to do this, save hit points. I could do the math here too, but I think the code's easier to read if I do this like that. So the old value is going to be save hit points. The new value is hit points. I think this is a double. Okay, so on state changed. Game hooks that event. Hold on a second. Is there? All right. And this event is listened to by this guy. So now I want something like this, I think. This is interesting. I want something that says, hey, if EA.contains hit points, then I want a breakpoint. I want to stop here. So that's what I want to do. Let's run that and see if we get that breakpoint when the hit points change for the player. Cody Gorilla says, AKA property changed. Yeah. It's a little bit like that. Meaning it's a little bit like iProperty notified changed, I think is where you're getting to on that. What's the best way to test this? I think I'm going to... I'm going to go in and just say 12 damage right now. Take it. Now I should get it. No, I don't. Let's see if I get anything here at all. 12 damage again. No breakpoint here. Okay, let's go to take damage and see if I'm actually getting where I'm, stopping where I think I am here. In-game creature. Take damage. Do I get here? Nope. Did I have a capital P in there? Maybe, but I'm not even getting at these breakpoints, so I'm trying to figure that out. Somehow there's another way to take damage here. What's this? Damage. Apply to? Is that where I'm coming from? Yeah, but still. I should get here. Let's try again. What am I at? 12. Still not getting out here. Let's follow it from the top instead of the bottom. That's a command, a Stream Deck command, which is what? Well, I guess we can come out to the Stream Deck and click on it. It's called apply damage. So it's the apply command right here. That's going to get us into execute apply. There it is right there. Damage, apply player damage. There it is right there. Should get us here. So I've got 2 hit points. I'll give myself 1 damage. 1 hit point damage. Okay, I'm here. Player.change health. Calls inflict damage, which is different from take damage. Hold on. I think we need the same kind of code in here. Is what I think we need. Just let's answer the question. Did it have an uppercase P? It does in both places. All right, so that's good. Inflict damage is involuntary. Take damage is voluntary. No, I think they're both involuntary. Yeah, it would be good to take a look at it. So here, creature, this is take damage. Oh, take damage is looking at a specific damage type and attack kind. And it's looking to see if they're immune to it or are they resistant to it, that sort of thing. The other one, I think, is just a flat out taking it from them. So let's go back to where we were. Inflict damage, yeah, is just an amount. And so that's coming in flat in from change health. So there's no question about what kind of damage that is. So what do we want to do here? I think we want something that looks like this. If delta damage is greater than 0, then we want to kind of throw this at it is what we want to do. However, it could be that it's not the hit. Yeah, I don't actually want to do this. I need a different event down here. The reason why is because I need to know that total damage taken. Is that right? Wait. Yeah, I do. I need a different event. I do. Let's create a different event in here. We're going to call this the creature damaged event handler. And we're just going to call this damaged. Creature damage event args. Let's go create that here. And we're going to pass in and is this, these are doubles. So I'm going to stay with the double here. I'm going to change this to a double. Put that up there. Put that to its own file. We're going to edit and continue, so I'm going to stop this because we need a different event here. I want to make sure that this is put in the right file. Yep, it's in events, or it should be an event args. It should be an event args. That should go there. Okay. All right, let's go back, work our way back. On damaged. I love all the macros you have set up. I wish I had all the discipline to do that. Well, these are all coming from CodeRush. If you have CodeRush, I'm using a lot of that that's already built in. And it doesn't take that long to do it. Do you have CodeRush, Coding Gorilla? Do you work in Visual Studio? Do you want a copy if you don't have one? Because we give them away here. Let me know. If you're listening and you want a copy of CodeRush, let me know. So this is going to be the delta damage. Or, hold on, what if I did this? I want to call this really from one space. So this is like basically saying, hey, let's take from hit points first, and then let's modify hit points. And I think I just want to call take damage from here. Right? Wouldn't that be better? We're going to say the damage type, we'll set it to none. And the attack kind, we'll set it to any. And we'll pass in the double point. That right there. That should then get us to this one spot. In fact, if we're going to do that, why not cut that to the clipboard, find inflict damage, like that. Any other calls to inflict damage? None. Better. Okay, code is getting better. I use Sharper. It's provided by my employer. Okay, got it. Well, we can provide this to CodeRush for free, but yeah, CodeRush has got a lot of stuff for writing code quickly, and so as a result, I'm pressing far fewer keys over my lifetime, or and even during a session than I would have to otherwise to type all of that code. Yeah, just to give you a sense of how it works, right? I have I type in M for method like that, and it gives me this. If I want a method that returns a string, I type in MS, just abbreviate what I want, like that. If I want a parameter here, it's a variable, so I use V. If I want a variable type string, I type in VS, and it gives me that, right? If I come over here and I type in VS, it's going to give me a comma on the left automatically, like here. Or I could type in VI for a variable type integer, right? When I'm done, I just finally hit enter, and it takes me right up there to the to that marker right there. It gets me right inside there. It's all built in. No, it's all built in. It's all built in. All of these are built in. There's very few that I made myself. There's every once in a while, for example, watch me use in TypeScript, I'll type in QSP, and that'll give me a constant type sprite proxy, and the SP I added myself. But yeah, so that's it. So if I want to create an auto-implement property of type string, it's just AS, right? Like that. So I'm just using the shortcut language, right? VS is going to give me a variable here. It expands slightly differently. And if I'm in VB, these exact same keystrokes work in VB. So I can write code there just as quickly as I can in C#. If I want a new list of strings, nl.s, so I use the dot for generics, like that. If I want a new queue of ints, it's nq.i, like that. Right? If I want a new stack of date times, it's just D8 for date time. D8 sounds like date, and so I just do that right there. Right? So I can build anything I want pretty quickly. That's the essence of CodeRush, right? It takes certainly some time to train, to kind of get to practice it. But the cool thing is that I think you're starting to see like, oh, M is for method, I got that. P is for property, I got that. V is for variable, I got that. Right? I'm now pretty much taken care of in this space. Also, it's got cool stuff if you write test cases. If I come out here into my tests, my D&D tests, and I come out in this space, if I type in, whoops, I didn't want to do that. If I'm right here and I type in the letter T space, it's going to give me a new test method, right? So I can do that. If I type in AE, it's going to give me assert equals, right? Whatever that's going to be. If I type in AN, it's going to give me is null, assert is null, that sort of thing. AT is going to give me assert is true. AF is going to give me assert is false. And the templates are case context sensitive. So I type in AFs here, it's just IntelliSense kicks in, right? And I'm using the space bar to expand all of these. That's what's happening here. All right, yeah, you can do that as well. Let me get you a copy of it, Coding Gorilla. I will, let's see, where do I need to do? Where do I need to go to get to you? I need to hit this button, bring it up over here. Part of your muscle memory. Well, yeah, so you're probably there's probably gonna be some stuff in there that you're like, uh-oh, how do I get to this? You can actually have them both installed at the same time. You just wanna disable features that might be overlapping each other. That might be the way I would recommend you first go about it. What am I doing? I'm going into Whispers. Gonna find Coding Gorilla. Gotcha. And I'm going to send you the winner text to you. Anybody else wants that, you can certainly get that as well. Here it comes. There you go. And so take a look at your Whispers and get a copy of that and install it and then ask us questions. There are also, if you come in here and you go CodeRush feature of the week playlist, like that, I'll give you a link down below here. Do I need any of this? I have a feeling I don't need any of that for the link. Oh, wait, hold on, sorry. I want to click here and then get that link. That's what I want to get. There it is. Let me throw that out. Take a look at that. And if you look at the list, we just go from easiest feature, most bang for the buck in order. At some point, we get into more templates. Like when you see E for enum, it talks about how we use the letter E to create enums. M for methods, we talk about template name variables. This is where you can kind of really get super powerful. Like say for example, I want to work with this class right here, creature, and I want to work with it somewhere else. I can come in here, right-click the class, say, wait, I don't see use type in templates. Is it already in? Maybe it's already in the templates. Template name variables is right here. What do I have these in neutral? Wow, a lot showed up in neutral. Okay, so yeah, maybe it is in neutral. Where do I have my custom types here? I'm not seeing them. Custom types. Here we go. These are custom types that I've added. Some of these are from demos, but I don't see creature. Oh no, there it is right there. CT is creature. Okay, that's why it didn't give me an option. Okay, so what that means is I can set up a shortcut for creature, which is now CT, and now if I want to have an auto implement property of type creature, I just type in ACT like that, right? Or if I want a method that returns a creature, it's just MCT like that, right? If I want a variable that returns, of that type, I just type in VCT like that, right? If I want a property that's of type creature, I just type in PCT, right? So it allows you to do this kind of thing, this kind of setup. So the templates allow you to generate code really, 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 really quickly. And these videos that Roy and I recorded will take you through those features. So you might try that, right? If there are a lot of features in ReSharper that you like and you want to depend on, you don't have to give it up. Your company provides it for you. You can keep working on it, right? Keep working with it. But if you want to write code really fast, there's no way to do it faster than with CodeRush once you've figured out templates and once you've figured out some of the other features that we use here. So anyway, that's my pitch there. What do I have on time? I guess I'm gonna keep going. We'll keep going, try to finish this last thing so we're at least queuing up the roll, or at least getting close to it. I think I was doing an event on damage taken or something along those lines, right? Damaged. There it is. And I'm gonna create an event trigger for it. So this is CodeRush right here. Right, I'm here and I just hit the CodeRush key and I choose create event trigger. So if it's in red, that means it's something that creates new code in the menu right there. And if it's in blue, that means it's refactoring. Nope, I'm wrong. It's the other way around. My bad. Okay, so there's on damaged right there, my trigger for it. And I think I just want to pass in damage amount like that. And then I want to come in here and I want to create a new creature event args. Passing in damage amount like that. Declare local EA like that. And then for sender, we're going to say it's this like that. That's what we're going to do. I like the placement marker too. That's handy. Oh yeah, when I drop the marker there, yeah, they're stack based. The other thing that's cool about it is when I pick it up, it restores the relative position on screen. So if I do this and I think I hit Control KK, notice over on the left there, so CodeRush marker is right nearby with the red. And on the far left, you've got a Visual Studio bookmark. And now if I go, somewhere else, like up at the top of the file, and I type in Control KN to pick up the Visual Studio bookmark, watch what happens. It puts it in the middle of the screen, which is not where it was when it was marked. Watch what happens now if I go back to the top again and I pick up the marker. It brings me right back to where it was. So we're able to recognize that position much faster than we are with bookmarks, for example. So yeah, the markers are fairly useful. Okay, so there's on damage. Now we need to call on damage. So we need to say, what is it? Inflict. Take damage. There. We want to call it down here. So we're going to say on damaged. I don't care about this. It's just points. Hold on though, hold on. Are we taking care of temporary hit points here or no? We are not. We're changing this to total. Oh shoot, hold on. I think I want this. I want to have a double in here. So I just typed in VD there in the spacebar. Total damage taken is equal to points. That's what I want to do. What's going on there? There we go. Total damage taken is equal to points. Then everywhere I see points afterwards, I want to replace it. I'm just hitting Control B here. If I'm not debugging, I can do this like that. All right, so there's total damage taken. If it's 0, we're out. Otherwise, now I want to check to see, hey, do we have any temp hit points? That code I just deleted, I need to add it back. I thought I was dealing with it. Okay, so I want to say, hey, if temp hit points is greater than 0, then we're going to take it from here first. So we're going to say if total damage taken is greater than temp hit points, then we're going to say temp hit points is equal to 0. And we're going to say total damage taken minus equals, sorry, switch the order of these, minus equals, so we're going to subtract the amount of temporary hit points we had from the total damage taken. So we're going to do that. That's if total damage taken is greater than it. If it's not, well, I guess it is, then we're going to say, else we're going to say temp hit points minus equals total damage taken. Okay, good. Then we're going to come down here and hold on. We need a new variable here. I almost made a really big mistake here. Called damage to inflict. We need to keep total damage taken and not change it. Then we're going to subtract it there. Then we're going to come down here and set this to 0. Whoops. So S0 sets what's on the clipboard to 0. So that's what's going on there, Coding Gorilla. That's how I'm getting that in quickly like that. So damage to inflict is dropping down to 0 now. Then we're going to come down and say, hey, if damage to inflict is still greater than 0, then we have to take it from hit points. This needs to also consider temp hit points. Same here. There. So we're calculating total damage taken, and we're figuring out damage to inflict. So now at this point, if damage to inflict is greater than 0, then we're going to say, sorry, not 10 hit points, hit points. We could just do actually this right here. There. That, I think, is the code. That, I think, is the logic right there to apply that correctly to hit points. Starting from here, damage to inflict. That could drop by the temp hit points available or drop to 0 if we have more hit points than damage, more temp hit points than damage. And if it's 0, that will have no impact there. But still, the total damage taken is calculated right at this point. At this point, we're at that point. So now, on damaged. So that means, I just want to double check the rules on this. or half the damage you take. We are correct. That's what I wanted to check. So in other words, if a dragon gives me 100 damage, but I only have 10, well, I am going to drop to 0. Anyway, so the concentration will happen. But it's based on the damage you take. So whatever that ultimately is, the total damage taken. And that's going to, like I say, it's going to take into consideration immunities, resistance, and vulnerability. Okay? Okay, we're going to call on damage. If we get down here, damage amount, we're going to get to there. We're going to go to damage. And now we need somebody to listen to this event. Let's go follow state changed out and see. Here we go. Player dot damaged. And now we want to get this. Player damaged. And we want to essentially just keep sending it out is what we want to do. The sender on our damage is this. We're sending this right out here for damage. So that's the creature. Do I want to, my question is, do I want to add an additional property here? I think I do. I want to add a parameter here. Like that. So now we've got a creature in there that's part of the event args. That's what I want. So now what I want to do is I want to take this and I want to put this up in game. So the game listens to the players and then the UI listens to the game. So I want to do something like this here. Hit the code rush key, choose create event trigger. There it is right there on damaged. And now I'm going to just simply call on damaged. But now I'm going to pass in this, the game, but pass the EA args right there. And I think that's what I need to do there. The last thing I need to do is I need to go listen to this event. So these are the game events right here. Let's go find out where they are listened to. There it is right there. So now we're going to choose damaged. And we're going to give it a plus equals, generate the code. And here's where we want to trigger the saving throw roll. That's what we want to do. I want to rename this event to say player damaged. I think that's it. Let's roll it. Let's run it. See what happens. To refresh the elements on screen. And refresh here. And let's start some music up. Do some suspenseful music. And let's see here. I'm going to the Stream Deck. I'm going to start applying damage. So we'll do the same thing we did before. Merkin, damage, 12, damage, go. Okay, we're at this breakpoint. I'm just going to run it. I'm going to keep running this. Here we go. We got to this point. So although this is called game damage. This should be game player damage, but I can't rename it because we're in edit and continue. But here's where I want to do the roll. To see if they're concentrating on a spell. So I need to do something like this. If ea.creature.is character, call that the player, then, whoops, nope, that's not what I wanted. What? Then, if player dot concentrated spell is not null, that means they're concentrating on a spell. Now we need to trigger the saving throw roll to see if they break, to see if they break concentration with the spell. Looks like I'm hitting more keys than I need to. Let's at least set a breakpoint here. And I'm thinking I might end the show around here at this point. We won't go any further than this. Okay, one more time. 12, go. And I can get rid of this line of code here. Run. And one more time. 12, run. Nothing happens. Let's concentrate on a spell now. Spells. Spider climb. Cast it. I'm hitting cast and nothing's happening. Oh, because I'm in a breakpoint. Okay. Player state changed. I don't think I need that. And we don't need this anymore. This is gone. Well, actually, the hit points is still coming out, but we don't need to mess with that. All right, so there's the spider climb. Now I'm concentrating on a spell. Now let's give me damage. Working damage, 12 damage. There it is, right there. Okay, good. Now we're at this spot. Now we have to trigger a saving throw to see if they break concentration spell. How can we do this? In Q, what do I have here? Spell, saving throw. Let's just look at what's going on here. We wrote this a week or two ago. Spell, saving throw, Q entry. Go to die roll, add saving throw. This we go through all the creatures. We're adding individual saving throws for each one. We go to action queue.inq. And we tell the dungeon master we've got the saving throw coming up. I think we don't want a spell saving throw. We want a concentration saving throw entry is what I think we want. The ability is going to be known already. The spell name. What are we using this? Just in these two spaces, really? Okay. We're not using this at all. We're calling add dice down there. Saving throw ability, where are we using that? Oops. When we do the die roll, we're transferring that data off to it. Yeah. Okay, so I think I need to kill the app right now. Let's run it a second. What was my problem here? Okay, let's do this. We're gonna run. And I just want to clean up some things. Let's break concentration. Just so we clean up the screen a little bit. And now I'm going to close the app down, kill the app. I want another descendant of this guy. And by the way, this is how I got that quickly. So Coding Girl, if you're still watching this, I just hit the Control C or Control Insert to copy. I'm not even selecting, and Coders will smart select that piece. Then I come up here, I type in C plus this backslash, which means use what's on the clipboard, and the template will then use what's on the clipboard in the right space. So that's how I quickly get in here. And now I just want to say, this is going to be my spell concentration break. Saving throw. It's a long name, I know. Q entry. Like that. And so what do we need to know to roll a spell concentration breaks? Maybe not spell concentration break. Maybe break. Maybe it's break spell concentration saving throw. That's what I should call it. Q entry. All right, good. What do we need? We need to know, we definitely need to know the player ID. But I think player ID might be above us. There it is, player ID right there. So the player ID is already going to be there for us. Data for the die is going to be here. So we can set those pieces up. This may be all we need. Let me see how the spell saving throw Q entry is used. I want to change this code. I don't like this. These two lines. It's way too specific. What I want to do instead is I want to say die roll entry dot prepare roll. I'm going to make that virtual, and kids can override that. So we're going to get rid of this. Oh, we need to pass in the die roll to it. Also, these pieces can go in the ancestor implementation right here. So now all this code is going to be cleaned up here. Let's go declare this. There it is right there. So we're passing over roll scope, the DTOs, the hidden threshold. We're not doing anything with dice string though. Interesting. I wonder why that is. Because we killed dice string. And we saw evidence of that there. All right, good. That feels much better. Architecturally, I'm liking that. So there's prepare roll. I want to change it to virtual. Okay, sweet. Now I'm going to go into that new class I created here. I'm going to override that. And I need to go to, what do we need to use here? D&D core. Copy that. Let's go to spell saving throw entry. Do the same thing here. Boom. And now we need to, I need to call the ancestor in both cases. Let's fix that first, because that's an easy one to mess with here. Okay, and now here I want to say, I want to get that second line of code, this one here. So this is just totally wrong. That code that I'm getting rid of, this is not good. That's stinky code. We're gonna get rid of. We're gonna change that up because we don't want this to have knowledge of what might be out there. We just let it do its thing. So here, this spell saving throw entry, we're going to do that. Right there. All right. Good. Next, we're going to come back to here. Saving throw is equal to ability dot, pretty sure it's Constitution. Let's double check that. Constitution saving throw. That is it. Right there. Constitution saving throw. All right. So there's my saving throw. How are we getting the saving? There's something else going on here. Here in the constructor, we do this. Right here. The role type is a saving throw. The role scope is the active player. When do I create? I'm not creating a new instance of this. When am I creating a new instance of this? Right here. Do I ever set the player ID? Oh, no, I don't, because it's got a different scope. Well, I do if we found any, if there's no spellcaster. No, if there is a spellcaster, I set the player ID there. I need to do something similar when I enqueue this other role. I think that's it for that code. Let's come back over here. Let's do something similar in queue, break, spell, concentration, saving throw. There's no spell name in this case here. There's no saving throw ability. There's just a player ID. And what do we got for our constructors in here? Nothing. Call this a die roll, but I think I'll call it a future die roll. Like that. Future die roll dot player ID is equal to player ID. I don't need any of this. I don't need any of this. Nobody's immune. I don't care about any of that. Yeah. What'd you say? Yeah. It's right here. Oh, look. This is the kid's art collage here. Moving around there. Isn't that kid? You want to put your face in here so people can see how much it looks like you? Look at this kid. It's an art collage. No, that's not bad. Look at the camera right over there. There's your camera. It's close. All right. There it is. Okay. What else am I doing in here? Future die roll, hidden threshold. I need to set the hidden threshold. That I need to set. We need to do call action q.enqueue, the future die roll. We could tell the dungeon master something's coming up. All right. Next, though, we need one other piece of information here coming in here, and that's going to be damage taken. Because the rules say it's going to be 10 or the hidden threshold, we want to set this right here. This is going to be math.max, I believe. The rule says it's 10 or half the damage you take, whichever number's higher. Whichever's higher. So it's going to be 10 or damage taken divided by 2. Is hidden threshold a double or no? It's an int. I want to actually call, I've got a D&D utils. I think I've got a half value. This uses the D&D rule to have that value in there. I'm going to have the value of damage taken. And then I want to, that looks like it's working only with ints, so we're good there. And coming up, Constitution saving throw for, gotta get the player name from the player ID. What do I have? Get player from the player ID. Coming up soon. Constitution saving throw for to see if concentration, if spell concentration is broken. Okay. That enqueues it. I think that may be all we need to do other than call it. We've got our event handler in here. What is it? Damaged. That's in creature. Player damage. That's in D&D game. We can tap the next reference to get over here. Well, I wanted to rename this anyway. Game _ player damaged. Then here is what we're going to send out. We're going to send in the EA dot, is that player ID? What do I got? EA dot creature. I need to see if they're, oh, I've got player up above. Player ID. And the damage taken, which is coming in EA event arcs here. Damage amount. That might work. Let's try running it, see if it works. Now, we're not reacting at the end of it. But still, if this works, I may just keep pushing through and try to get that last piece. And I may shut it down. We're feeling like we're getting to the end of a good stream here. Fixed a couple good bugs at the beginning. All right, let's cast a spell that requires concentration. Spider climb. There's my cast the spell button. Am I at a breakpoint? No, I hit the cast spell button. Try again. Okay. Here's my wild magic check. Spider climb's running. Now let's apply some damage to me. Here we go. Let's do a test close so we can get rid of the... Good. Step in here. Take a look at that. Action queue. Let's go look when we dequeue this. Yeah, NFG codecs. We've made them here. I made them here. Thanks for that. We are, in fact, the one you just saw, this one right here, this opening, we made this one this week, right here. It's pretty cool. One of the things that's really cool about it is that sand dropping. Two things are happening. One is the sand color matches my player color. So we're hue shifting that part of the animation without changing other parts of the animation. So the copper on top always stays the same. The spell opens up. You may have seen that. It opens up to be just wide enough to hold the text. So we did that. When this is done and this goes away, when we break concentration on it, you'll see in a second. But there's a really cool fire animation that comes. The sand also, it knows how long Spider Climb lasts based on the Dungeons & Dragons engine. So that sand will drop as long as it takes for Spider Climb to go away. For example, well, I can't really do an example because I'm stepping through the code. But in a second, I can show you examples of that. What's going on with that. So yeah, there's cool stuff there. Yeah. I have expertise in good design. And so I use that expertise to guide the animations that are happening here on the stream. So I want to go find that action cue where we dequeue it. And we do it right here in execute action. I'm going to set a breakpoint here. And we're going to go, we're probably going to end up here. That's where I think we're going to end, right there, actually. And I guess I can take it all the way down to, whoops, take it all the way down to here. That's my next breakpoint, right there. All right, let's run, and we're in the breakpoint. So if roll type is equal to a saving throw, which I think it is, we're going to call prepare roll on it, so do a saving throw. Take that entry, prepare the roll, and then roll the dice. I think it's coming out. Okay, so I took the damage, I rolled it. That's not bad. Constitution saving throw failed. The hidden threshold, was it set properly? Was it at 12? I took the damage. No, it should have been 10. I'm a longtime architect and hardware software engineer. I've been getting into animation and interested in game mechanics and physics lately, which leads to, it's been a long time since I've used C#, about 15 years. I'm curious if you have any suggestions on learning more of the language specifics or features that might speed me up on what makes it differ from other languages. I think I don't have great examples. I kind of pushed my way into it when it first was developed. I don't know if I have great answer to this question, but I'll give you the best answer I got. And I got a couple things. One of the answers is start writing code in it. Start writing simple applications, learn how, and repeat, right? Build those applications up, work on those. Number 2, Stack Overflow is your friend. If you have a question, go immediately to the internet, get your way over to Stack Overflow, find the highest ranked answer, look at it. It's the quickest way to get to find those answers to questions and to learn. That's what I would do. But I would say start small and go in fast iterative cycles and learn bits of the language, that sort of thing. Stack Overflow's got great discussions on the language. Also, the language has changed over the years. There's like 8 versions of it. I think we're at C# 8 and coming out with 9 coming up, I think, if I'm recalling correctly. So you may find things that are changing, new language features that make it better, easier. Those are all cool things. I would definitely look at Lambda expressions and LINQ. Both of those are worthy of some study time. So I'll just write both of those down in here. Lambda expressions and LINQ. And I would also throw the question out over to Coding Gorilla and other people in the chat room there. Mystic Soda says, most of the time Stack Overflow has O1 or multiple answers to your questions. Yeah. So basic classes and whatnot would be easy to pick up. But I noticed there's a lot of annotations and fun things like auto props. To me, those are what make code legible or not. Yeah, LINQ is something I know I need to look heavily into. One or multiple answers to your question. Yeah, one of the cool things about C# is there's a lot of people using the language, and so you get a lot of high quality answers on Stack Overflow. In fact, I've talked to VB, Visual Basic developers, and they, will say that one of the downsides of working in a language that doesn't have as many people in it is that sometimes you have to find the answer in C# and then translate it over because the C# question's been answered. So that sometimes happens. NFG Codex, glad you're asking these questions. Glad you're out there with us. Thanks for joining us. Mystic Soda, glad to see you as well. Thanks for that input. Anybody else has got any suggestions out there? But yeah, I think the most important thing when you're learning a new language is fast iterative cycles. So that means you're going to do something very small to start with, right? You're just going to get some code out, try it, right? And then repeat. There are also C# language exploring tools that give you kind of an immediate feedback. And I don't use these, but I've had them highly recommended to me from people. And I'm not even remembering what they are. LINQ Pad, is that right? There you go. There you go. Get LinkPad and try to find tutorials for LinkPad. Yeah. Like I say, I don't use this. I probably should. It's been recommended enough times highly. There's also this, Coding Gorilla. There you go. Oh, yeah. .NET Fiddle. Ah, I didn't know there's a .NET Fiddle. That's cool. Look at that. Coding Gorilla with the win. There you go. Okay, look at that. You ask a question and you actually get a pretty high quality answer, I think. Not bad. Yeah, Jetsam says +1 to Coding Gorilla. Nice, nice, good stuff. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. We're doing a public service today, kids. That's not bad. You know what that makes me want to do? Kids, you know where I'm going? That's it right there. Mark Miller School of Dancing. That's what I went to. That's it. So we rolled the dice and we didn't check what came back from it. The saving throw looks wrong. This number should have been a 10. I didn't see why that wasn't a 10. I've got a breakpoint here. We'll take a look at it again the next time. We'll do it one more time. So let's see. Let's give me some damage. We're here. Let's run it. And we get here to roll the dice. Let's go in here. This is where I'm expecting this thing to go. Wait. Oh, wait, that's not where I wanted to be. Hold on. Then we call it here. Here's where I'm expecting to see that we set that hidden threshold. There it is. It's 10. That's what I'm expecting it to be. And if we go to roll the dice, do we ever look at that hidden threshold again? We do not. No. Oh, we pass it in. We pass it in. But we don't set it out here. So maybe it is working correctly. Let's just roll a few of these and see what we get. Like if we get the 16, that should pass. And if it's less than 10, I just want to roll a couple of these. So let's keep taking damage and let's clear our breakpoints and see what we get. Okay, there's the damage. Should get that roll as soon as that die clears. Where's the roll? Here's the roll. We're going to clear this breakpoint. This should fail. Good. +5 is 8, so we know that 8 fails. And the other one was a success. What was it, a 16 or something like that? I've been playing coding game Clash of Code, but not in C#. I should. Code Wars. Ooh. I'm going to say that's the problem right there. Look at that. I'm a winner. Sending request. Pass the initiation. Now give me some money. Give me a name. All right, let's keep taking damage here. $14 should pass. It's +8 or something like that. All right, let's keep taking damage. Clear that dice so we get the next one to come out. Is it coming? There it is. Are the blood animations pre-rendered? They are pre-rendered. We also have the ability, I think, to do some, I think I've got to test blood. Yeah, there it is right there. Watch it. Here it is. See that? That's using a particle system that we built on the show. Mr. Soda says it's the best C# decompiler made by JetBrains and completely free. Wait, what are we talking about? Dot Peak. I've also heard good things about Dot Peak. Some of the folks on my team use that as well. Wait, no, not Dot Peak. It's the memory manager that they use from them. No, actually, CodeRush has got for free a decompiler built into it. So I'm not gonna challenge Mystic Soda's statement about which is the best decompiler. But CodeRush is out there and it's free. If you want to copy CodeRush, by the way, if you're working in Visual Studio, I'll give you a copy of CodeRush right now just for asking. That's all you have to do. Let's add some health to me. Let's take some damage again. So looking for that threshold being about 10. 3 plus 8, 11. This should pass. No, wait. Oh, it's 8 plus 5. Sorry. My plus 5 for Constitution, plus 2, plus my spell throw ability modifier, I think is what it is. Is that right? What is my saving throw? Why is that? Yeah, I think I'm going to take a break. I think I'm going to, we'll stop the show right now. I will, we'll pick this up. Use Visual Studio work. You want to copy CodeRush or not, Mystic Soda? Let me know right now, and I will send you download instructions. Well, you know what? I'm going to send you download instructions, and you can ignore them if you don't want them. They're actually instructions for how to get download instructions. Boom, done. There you go. Ignore or accept, up to you. Love to give it a try. There you go. So take a look at your whispers inside of Twitch, and you can see how to get download instructions for that, Mystic Soda. Yeah, let's end the show. Let's go raid another channel. Let's see who's out there. I'm going to send you to Honest Dan Games. That's what we're going to do. We'll start that raid right now. Everybody say hi to Honest Dan. I'm going to take a break and get back and do some regular CodeRush business today. Got a bunch of stuff I'm deeply going into. We'll do that. Yeah, see you on Tuesday, kids. Thanks, Conan Gorilla. Good to see you. Question, is it a trial or how does it work? It's full version. You get it for a year, and then after that, you have to pay or something like that. Jessam says, have a great weekend and stay safe, everybody. All right, say hi to Honest Dan for me. See you kids later. Bye-bye. Bye, Pudding.